Hello guys, and welcome back to my channel. And so in today's video I'm going to show you how I revamped this three wigs. This is a closure wig, 180 frontal wig, and then a 360 frontal wig. Now this is not like a video where I'm going to show you a step by step, like a strict tutorial. No, this video is just me showing you guys my process on how I do my revamps. Now I don't do revamps anymore, but then when I was doing revamps back then, this is like a video that I decided to record to show you guys that I don't think I have any like revamp video on this channel. So this is a 180 frontal wig and there is no customization at all. So first of all, when I get the wigs, I try to scrutinize, but then I try to check the problem areas, and then I have it at the back of my mind that okay, this particular wig has to be plugged, be bleached, all the customization and probably the styling part. So that's what I usually do. When I receive the wigs, I just go through the wigs and see the problem areas. Now one thing is that sometimes the client or the customer might not necessarily be like really knowledgeable when it comes to certain things like customization, like plucking, like tinting and those things. So sometimes you ask them, the way that you're bringing in for revamping, is it how do you call it, is it customized, has it been done? Because the charge when it comes to revamping wigs are definitely not the same. It's going to depend on the condition of the wig. Okay, so most of the times your clients might not be so knowledgeable about the whole bleaching, plucking and tinting thing. So sometimes when you ask them, has your wig been customized, the person will say, oh yeah, customized, and the wig will come and this is the wig, no customization at all. So yes, I'm just trying to show you guys some of the wigs that I get and how I go about the whole process. Now I tend to enjoy revamping wigs because then I get to see how my fellow stylists in Ghana make their wigs, and then if there are certain techniques that they use and I feel is going to help my wig making, I wouldn't say steal it, but I kind of borrow their style. So it's fun just sitting in my house and then getting ideas from other stylists is quite interesting to me, because then I learn a lot from the wigs that I get. Okay, so this process, I'm just showing you what I usually do. When a wig come, I just go to I scrutinize the wig, see problem areas. Now this it's a 360 wig, and this is my first time seeing a 360 wig like this. Okay, the person used two stocking caps to make the wig, and yeah, I was like, okay, so this is how this person made the wig. Then I tried to put it on the mannequin to see how it would fit on a human head, and this is how it is. You just put the stocking cap on your head and then you push it back. So I don't think there was any fit, but then I like the fact that she has this elastic band at the back that makes the wig extra secure. But then yes, it needs extra security and extra tightness. So now this video is basically going to concentrate on the 360 wig, because I think I have for a frontal already, this like Deconstructing and remaking of a frontal. Now the only wig I'm going to remake is a 360. Now with the rest I'm just going to treat it and then style it. So I'm going to show you before and after. So what I'm going to do is that I just decided to deconstruct this wig, but before then I wanted to do the bleaching and everything. So that's when I'm just showing you guys the treatments that I use for my wigs. Now every wig maker has their own little concoction that they use, and when it comes to hair treatment and all that. So this is just mine. This is not like me giving you like specific products, go and buy this. No, just showing you what I use to revamp my wigs, as in the treatment part. So first of all, you don't want to even wash it in the first place. You just have to go in and bleach the lace part if it's not bleached. Okay, you have to bleach the lace part. Now I'm doing this for the closure and then the 180 frontal because with those ones I'm not going to remake them. Now sorry, this part looks a bit, you know, untidy, but then that is just to say that I usually like bleaching my laces. When I'm making a wig, I usually like bleaching my laces before I make the wig, because then it makes it so easier and less messy. So I could have taken this clip out, but I just wanted to show you guys why I usually do the bleaching and the customization part before I make the wig, because it's less messy and like a little bit easier. So now I would have to deconstruct the 360 frontal before I bleach. So then I had excess bleach and I decided to use the excess bleach to work on my already like a closure that I was even about to work on, so that I don't waste the mixture, because then when the mixture sits there for a while it tends to get foamy. I don't know if anyone has realized it, but it tends to get a bit foamy, so I didn't want to waste it to, you know, deconstruct and then come back, you know, so I just had to use it on a closure that I was even like about to work on already. So when you want to deconstruct the wig, you need a razor or a small scissors to help you do the deconstruction. Okay, now first of all, what you want to do is you want to find the last track. Okay, I'm going to show a close-up of that. You want to find the last track and then you want to gently, you know, cut off the thread. Okay, so that's what I'm doing now. This stylist used the fold over method, so she didn't like cut her wefts, and that is really good. I was really happy she didn't cut her wefts, because I'll be using the same machine to make this wig. So imagine if the wefts were cut, that would have been like a very tedious process, like joining. Nah, most of the time most stylists do not accept cut bundles, because then it's very tedious to do it on a sewing machine. So this is just me trying to deconstruct the bundles, like the hair part, and treat that separately. So yeah, so this is me halfway through the process, and this is how it's looking at the moment. And this is the bundle. The stylist didn't cut it, so I just have like a full bundle to work on. And yeah, I'm just showing you how it looks like now. Yeah, and just a few at the top that she cut, but the rest of the bundles were not cut at all. So then I'm also going to give you the option where I use the scissors, so that if you don't have the razor, you can just like use the scissors. So this is me using the scissors to show you that you can use the razor and then the scissors. With the scissors, you just have to cut the stitches like one after the other. Okay, so that is me using the scissors. Now with this particular process, you have to be a little careful, but not as careful as I explained in the frontal deconstruction video, because then this part of the lace is kind of useless. The parts where the bundles were sewn on is kind of useless, because even if you cut through those parts, it's definitely not going to affect the wig in any way, like the lace parts of the frontal that is going to show in any way. So even though you must be careful, but they're not as like so careful, because some wig makers even cut the lace around that area. Okay, the lace where the bundles were sewn, most stylists just cut those parts off because it's kind of useless anyway. So this is what we have now. The bundles are all gone, and then we only have the 360 how do you call it, 360 frontal. Now what most people don't know is that the 360 frontal itself is not a wig. So if you want to make a 360 frontal wig, you have to buy bundles and you have to buy the lace part of it. So when people say, oh, I have a budget of 300 cities, can I get a 26-inch 360 I'm like, no, you can't, because you have to buy the lace and you have to buy bundles, and then you have to also pay for the price of wig making and styling. So no, 300 cedis will not be enough for that. So I think that most sellers should do a little bit of research when it comes to the laces, the bundles and those things. Now I have a video on like these things, like what's a lace frontal is, what a lace closure is, how many bundles you need, the cost and those things involved. So those videos are like on my channel to guide people, like to guide like Ghanaians, because when I was starting there was nothing like that. So yeah, please, if you are not so familiar, yeah, that's my cat. There's my cat over there. Now if you're not so familiar with some of these things like the laces and those things, kindly check out that video. I think it will be like helpful. Okay, so we have the lace, now ready. I've gone ahead to comb and detangle the bundles. This is it. I think this is 2 bundles or 2.5 bundles. Yeah, and this is the lace bit of it. So what we are going to do is that we are going to bleach it. We're going to bleach it now because it doesn't have any sort of customization at all, no bleaching, but the lady said it has been customized. So always be careful as wig makers when you ask questions, some of these questions, because sometimes it might not be the fault of the clients. They might not even have an idea of what bleaching and plucking and tinting is. So have patience with your clients and try to explain or ask them. Now I'm bleaching this. I'm going to bleach both sides of the lace, and I'm going to wrap the polythene bag around it. I didn't use a foil around this time because then this particular bleach that I'm using kind of works really quickly, so I didn't want to cause any extra processing. So this is the bundles. This is the bundle, like it's a 1 bundle and it's processing. Now after that, after bleaching and rinsing, this is how the 360 lace is looking like. I don't know how you guys see it on the camera, but then from where I'm sitting, it looks bleached and ready for customization. So then I go in to pluck the lace a bit more to make it. Now the thing is, when the lace is wet, it looks plugged and everything till it's dry. So you can decide to plug the lace during the dry state or during the wet state. I mean, whichever way that is most convenient to you, you plug it. But then when it's wet, you would think that it's really plugged, but then when it's dry, you can see a little bit of difference. So just look at what like you're comfortable working, the state in which you're comfortable working in, and then go ahead and pluck. Now I have an e-learning course on plucking and customization, tinting and everything. I'm going to leave the link to my e-learning course. It's on my website www.shopheadmistress.com. Everything is going to be linked in the description box. Now this is me showing you the 360 lace wig. I have actually sewn that on the cap and it's ready to be taken to the sewing machine. So this is just me showing you my stitch. I use a blanket stitch to do this process. So that is it, showing you all the parts. And now you can see that I'm about to show you the guidelines to which the guidelines I use. Now I use a tailor's chalk because I don't have the Sharpie that you normally see on YouTube. I don't have that here where I am currently. I don't have access to that, so what I normally use is a tailor's chalk, and I like using the blue color because with the white one I can't see it on the sewing machine, so that's why I usually use the blue color. Now I've gone ahead to double the tracks. That's what you can see, it's doubled, and I'm using the zigzag stitch, and yeah, that is basically it. And then we are going to sew the bundles on the cap. Now first of all, I'm just going to cut the excess cap that I'm going to use, and then I'm going to leave the part that shows the part that has the adjustable straps to it, because it's going to guide me later sometime, like in future you guys will see it. So that is, I'm cutting off the excess bits of the cap. The reason why I don't cut the part that comes with the strap is it's going to help me with the placement of my elastic band. So yeah, that's why I don't cut it. So you can try that and see with your frontals as well. You can, you know, place it directly where your band, directly where the band is. I don't know if you guys get my explanation, but if you don't, leave it in the comment section and probably I'll record a separate video on that. So this is me sewing the bundles on the cap using the guidelines that you guys saw me, you know, do earlier on. So you just do it. I don't really rush when it comes to sewing the wig on the sewing machine, because then you have to take your time, because when you make a mistake, taking the bundle of like the hair off is actually a really stressful process. So you just have to take your time and just find your rhythm, and then when you want to work fast, you can just, you know, work fast. But then I don't rush when I'm making the wigs. That doesn't mean I don't work quickly, I just don't rush. Okay, I think there is a difference between that. So whenever I stitch, I try to back stitch to secure the ends of the bundle on the cap. So I'm going to show you guys how it looks like. So this is the first track. You guys see it. Sorry, it's a bit out of focus or out of frame, but this is the first track on the wig cap. Now you can see that I did a sewing on both the cap and then the lace. Okay, so yeah, so this is like half, almost, you know, 2/3 through the entire process, and that is it. Okay, so that's what I'm showing you guys. It's almost done. Yeah. So this is the inside of the cap, as you guys can see. This is the inside of the cap, and this is the strap that I was telling you about, that is going to help me place my elastic band itself. And this is the security band at the back that the stylist used, and I didn't want to take it off because my client said it gave it extra support and extra security. So this is the last track, and I made the sewing closer to the lace so that when I'm styling it, you guys can not see like a huge gap between. So what I did was I went ahead to style this wig. Now the style that I used was you guys, you see it in a bit. I don't want to spoil the surprise, but then this is it before styling, and I did a half up, half down. You guys can see how the edges looking. The edges are looking like so yep, this is it. So this is how I decided to style the wig. I did a half up, half down at the front part of the wig, and then at the back I did some curls. Now if you want to learn how I make these type of curls, I'm going to leave a link to my e-learning course on how to curl your wigs. It's like a detailed video that features all my tools, my product. So this is the before and after. You guys remember this hair, right? This wig. Now this is the finished look of that wig. Okay, so this is it. You guys remember this wig too, right? Okay, so the next frame is going to be a finished look of that, like a revamped version of that. So this is what we got for that wig. This is a closure wig, and this is the final style. Now you guys remember this 360 wig, right? Okay, so I'm going to show you how it looks like after styling and everything. So in the next frame you're going to see it. So this is the styling process, and here we go. This is it. Now this wig, I like this wig so much that I had to make a wig similar to this and put it on my website for sale. So if you're interested in this particular kind of style, then definitely check out the Paris. Yeah, I had to wear the wig to see how it fit, and this is how the revamped wig looked like. Not like it was really beautiful. So I made a similar wig, and it's on my website. It's the Paris unit. So if you're interested, then check out the Paris units on the Headmistress website. It's www.shopheadmistress.com. So yeah, I'll see you very soon in my next video. Bye guys.